Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. It has been a little while since I've been able to film, and I wanted to explain why that is. The last time I filmed, I said, I'll be back in a week because I'm starting this back up, pretty regularly. Well, that was what, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago? Well, shortly after that particular video that I put out, I came down with COVID. Yeah. And it was bad. I had it about, I guess 3 years ago, maybe. And when I had it back then, it lasted about 3 days and I was done. And I was thinking, okay, that's fine. I got COVID again. Well, it's been over 2 weeks now and I'm still feeling a little of the symptoms. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I just haven't been able to get on and film. I haven't been able to do much of anything other than just sit around. And when I was in the throes of it, let me tell you, the last time I had, or the only other time I had COVID, I wasn't so bad that I couldn't, crochet or read or do something, watch TV. But this time, I couldn't do a thing. I couldn't concentrate. I was shaking so much and I was so weak. I couldn't crochet. I couldn't do anything. So I've got a lot to catch up on. And if you are watching this right now, I thank you so much for wanting to be part of my community. I need to start thinking of it as that. You guys were my friends, and it has been so long since I've been able to play catch up with you guys. And the comments that you make underneath the video, it just it's my way of connecting with my old friends, my good friends. I was watching Anya from Ophelia Talks last week. I was watching the replay and of her live, and it just, no, I'm sorry, that's not correct. I did watch that, but I was watching the interview that Teresa did, and Anya said something that really, it got me right here. And that was that, when you meet people on the other end of the camera, people that you don't see on a day-to-day basis, that you might not have ever seen their face, but they're friends. They have become friends. And I just thank you so much for being part of my community, my friends. Anyway, today I had wanted to do a certain video, and that's going to have to be a series of videos. So that's going to have to be for another day. But what I thought I would do is I have my WIP cart right here, and it is laden with all kinds of goodies. And I wanted to go over what's in my WIP cart, why it's there, what's the purpose of this card anyway. I had intended this WIP cart to be with me at all times, and I needed something mobile because I don't crochet in my craft room. This is my I don't want to say my junk room, but it's my craft room, but it almost feels like I kind of threw up yarn and crafts everywhere and projects. And in order to film, I had to actually clean up my room so I could find a spot for my chair so that I could actually sit in order to film. So yeah, the struggle is real, and I can't film where I crochet because it's in the middle of the pets and the hubby and the TV and the stuff, and there's no way I'm going to clean that room up. So I thought, I'm going to do it here. Okay, so the reason I have a WIP cart is because I crochet in different parts of the house, and I want to be able to move this cart different places. I gotta introduce you. I gotta do something here real quick. Introduce you to puppies in case you have not met my puppies before. Come here. This is my puppy Lila. Oh, she's my doll baby. She's my sweet, sweet girl, and I love her to pieces, and she loves me, and she goes everywhere with me. If she could, she would go everywhere with me. She's just my little shadow, and I just love her to bits. When my other puppy comes in, hey, go find Maisie. Go get Maisie. Go get Maisie. Go get Maisie. Okay? Go get her. Go get Maisie. Well, if she comes back in, I will introduce you to Maisie. Okay, so I have started making my Christmas gifts, and I had this big grandiose idea that I was going to do a whole bunch of this certain, I was going to make all the things, for people in my life. And I got a little bit sidetracked, and I'm rethinking that now because I know that there are several people on my to want to gift things to that don't care about crochet, wouldn't do anything with crochet, but I think I'm still going to do something small, like maybe like a bath kit, not a kit, like a little basket of some sort. Maisie, come here, Maisie. Come here. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Gee. Come here. Hostia, say hello. Look at everybody. Look at the camera. There's my Maisie. Oop. This is Maisie. She is our little puppy. She is not even a year old yet. It's okay, Lila. She's jealous because I'm Lila's jealous. But Maisie is a Chihuahua Yorkie mix, but she is almost all a Chihuahua. She's a nut. Anyway, okay, not in here, remember? I said not in. Oh, good girl. You want to come here? You want to come say hi to me again? My Lila, she wants to be here, but she's just not sure what she wants. She wants me not to be filming because she does not like me filming. So anyway, back to my gifts. I'm probably just going to do something simple, like maybe find a nice cotton. I love this cotton yarn, and I know I have some in my stash. I might find something elsewhere, but I'm thinking about making just putting together some little baskets with some bath products, going to some place and getting some nice bath bombs and or some lotions or something like that, and just putting together a small little basket of something. And that way I can crochet something, so it'll be a little bit something that I can do, but not everybody cares for stuff like that. You want to come say hi? No? Okay. The thing that I am making, though, is I have two people that I'm making market bags for. I'm gonna put together a market bag. And this is the style. I'm still working on it. I've got about 5 more rows to do around the edging. But here's one. And I have another one I've put away already. I don't know what I've done with it. I've put it somewhere. But yeah, it's a nice little market bag. And I thought what I would do is if I find I know what I want to do for one of them. It's going to be for somebody very special in my life. And what I'd like to do is maybe find like a little lounge set, you know, like a little lounge outfit, and then put it in here, you know, and then kind of wrap it together. I'm trying to be a little bit more creative in my gift wrapping, if you will. But I'm using the I love this cotton in the colorway Lime Dot, but they don't, you know, it's a discontinued colorway. So anyway, I have this, and then I've also have another one that is completed. You want to come up here and see me? Okay, come here. Lila says she wants to be with me. she just loves me so much. Okay, so another thing that I have in this cart is yarn that I want to use to make something. I just don't know what I'm going to make with it yet. And it is this yarn here. I got two cakes of, I caked it up already. Two of them, and it's the Knit Crate Bloom yarn that I got. Of course, you can't find it anymore, but it is just a DK weight, and I've got a hook already here. I think this is what I was going to use. Yeah, I've got a hook that I'm going to I sat with it so that if an idea strikes me of something that I want to make with it, it's a dark olive green, and so if I find something that just like it just strikes me, I have to make something like whether it be a hat, pattern comes across my YouTube feed or something like that, I will make that. Okay, so I always have my little bag of my notions and everything. It has that in it. Also, I had some yarn up on the shelf here. It was the Loops and Threads Facets. I'm in love with the yarn. It looks a lot like, and it acts a whole lot like, oh, what's that other one? Oh, the Unforgettable. Well, no, it kind of sorta like Unforgettable. I have an ice yarn up here that I was gifted a long time ago, or maybe I ordered it like 10 years ago and I forgot. It is I don't know what kind of ice yarn this is, but anyway, this is the ice yarn that I have. I only have one skein of it, but I found some Loops and Threads, and I've had it on my shelf for over a year now, and it's in the colorway Autumn. I don't even know if they even make it anymore. It's that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just the most beautiful thing. And so I decided, I was watching Creative Grandma, and she had the last scarf that she made. Now, I haven't made scarves in a long time. It's just not something that I make, but we'll get into that, the reasoning behind that later. But I thought, okay, I have enough. I know I can make a scarf for sure. And so I'm going to make it the length I want. And if there is enough, well, no, I know there's not going to be enough. But I was going to make a matching hat to go with it. But what I'm going to end up doing is just going to Michael's and seeing if I can find another skein. And I'm going to make a matching hat to go with it. She is just so content. She is, you can't tell it right now, but she is just so relaxed in my arm, and it's starting to tingle my arm. Okay, so let me show you if I can do this. I'm not done with it. I'm still working on it, but this is what it's turning out like. Yeah, so far it's probably, I would say it's probably about 4 feet long. So I've got a little bit to do on it, but it's a very simple, mindless kind of pattern. And I thought, well, I'm just gonna, I have it here in my cart, and I just work on it whenever. And the other reason I like having all these different projects in my cart is because I don't I'm a mood crocheter. I'm a mood crocheter, and so I might not be in a mood to do a mindless something. I might want to do something a little bit more in depth. Then I have one of those projects, you know. But anyway, I've got this scarf going, and it's 2/3 done. I mean, it's almost done. You see this little one? She is so. You want to get down? Do you want to get down? She just adores me. I just love her. I just love her. She's my sweet baby, aren't you? Okay. Um, I may have to put her down anyway because I need to show you other stuff. Oh, and the other thing that I've started to do is I I was trying to clean out a little bit, and I found this little notebook. I don't even remember where I got it from. Um, I'm sure other people have gotten it. It might have been in one of the knit crate boxes. I don't know. I don't remember, like I said. But I've started writing everything that I've got on my WIP cart. I have in here, and so I can keep track of all the projects, and I have that in my little cart as well. um I also have in here, now this is Be So Baby yarn. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. um Baby Bee, Baby Bee, Sweet Delight Prince, and this is called Love You More. And I had a bunch of this. Um, Shove it in there. And I decided to make some hand warmers. I don't like fingerless gloves. They're basically hand warmers because your fingers aren't going to be warm. Okay, so I found a pattern, and let me check and see what the pattern is. And see, that's the other thing I like about this, is because, you know, if I forget what I'm doing, just go back to here. Let's see here. It is a YouTube tutorial by Han Jan Crochet called Fingerless Gloves Crochet Pattern. And it's a different pattern. I've never seen a pattern like this. Let me find the right side. Well, fiddle. I don't know which is the right side. I think this is. I don't know if you can tell the stitch pattern. It's different. I've never had it done anything. Well, what my goal is, okay, so it's gonna go like so, and when I stitch it together, these are not gonna be for me, but when I, oh, okay, I'll be stitching them to get together, obviously, okay, and I'm gonna leave room for the thumb. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put more around for the thumb, okay? And then I'm also going to, since they come up to here, they're going to be coming up to about right there. I may do one or two more rounds just of a basic half double crochet. And then I'm going to be doing a ribbing to come down on the wrist. And so I've got this one done as far as like the main of it. And I've got this much done on here. And so this is just something that is not going to take me but an hour to finish. I just haven't done it yet. And I've got my hook. I bought some Prim hooks. Let me tell you, when Joann had their sale going on, I had gotten a coupon for 40% off. Wait a minute, is that right? No, it was 50% off. So I got a set of prim hooks for 50% off, which is amazing. So there's that. And then this big project I have in, let me see here. In here, I had made a octopus, and it's the pattern, what's it called? Anchor the Octopus. I bought the pattern, and I've made one big one and one mini one already, but I'm making another one, a big one, and it's using these colors, and I've got all of the suction cuppy things of the octopus. I got all 8 of them done, and I have to work on the main body and the front side, basically, of this. And I'm using Bernat blanket, and I am not a jumbo 6 user. I don't really care for using thick yarns. That's why I have other projects in here, because it just really tires out my hand. So this tires out my hand working with it, but when I work with the cotton, when I'm making those market bags, boy, I feel it all up in my neck and my shoulders. And I'm not doing anything different. It's just that pressure of that pulling through. It does a number on me. So I have to limit how much time I spend on that. But so anyway, for those of you that are unfamiliar, you make these long tentacle things, okay? And this is supposed to resemble the suction cups, if you will, of the octopus. And then you make the other side, and you'll see that peeking through. And then the rest of the body, the head and the neck part of it, is going to be in that purple, well, dusty plum color. Let me grab this. Oh. I'm going to put that back in here so I won't lose anything. Okay. So on my next shelf down, that was all on the top. On the next shelf down, I'm working on a scarf, and I'm using a yarn that I had gotten several years ago at a yarn, a fiber festival in southern Indiana. And if Tina is watching, hi Tina, that's Mama Kay. She and I went there, and yeah, had a nice time. But anyway, it's gonna be, I don't know. I'm kind of like working it, but it's got a hole here, like for a keyhole. But it's going to be the kind where you can like wrap twice around and then put it through the keyhole. Okay, so because I wanted to have the option of having it one time through or 2 times. So 1 time around the neck like this, to hang it like this, or to wrap it around and then throw it through the keyhole. So I've got quite a bit done. I need to do probably about another 5 inches or so, and then make the pointed as I did here. And I just basically made this up on my own. So don't ask me what I did. But it's got that sparkle in it. It's a wool yarn, wool blend with some stellina in it, and it's just so pretty. And it's showing up pink on the screen, or in my monitor anyway. But it is a very deep burgundy color, a wine color. So there's that. And if this works out well, if I'm able to do this, I have the same amount of yarn to do another one in black with stellene. That's going to be my next, after this one, I'm going to do that. So there's that one. Now, this is not all I've worked on. I've worked on several other projects. I've put them away already. I love them, but it's going to be one of these things where in the future, well, I'll tell you about that in a second. Let me finish up here. So I have I've started a sweater, and this is MJ's off the hook design. On the hook, off the hook. I can't remember. Okay, but it's a cardigan, but it's an all one piece cardigan. And what you do is you start with the cuff, and you increase to the sleeve, and then you're going to increase on both sides for the body. Okay, and you're going to be doing it like this, and you're going to go back and forth all the way down the back and around the front till you get to here, to your neck. Okay, then you're going to stop, and you're going to fasten off, and then you're going to do the exact same thing with this another side. Okay, and then what it's going to be is, you make it as long as you want to. It could be a really long cardigan, it can be a shorter one, however you want. But then down the back, you've got granny squares in the same colorway as your sweater. Now, I did not have the DK weight yarn that she was using. She was using Prism yarn. I think it's by Mary Maxim. I did not have that DK weight, so I am using an acrylic. I really want to do this again, except for I want to make it again in some kind of a wool blend. But I'm making it with acrylic, and I'm using these skinny cakes that I've had on my shelf for over, oh, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years. I've had them on my shelf. I've just been collecting them. They don't even make this one anymore. But I love the colorways. I've got 4 of them. I've got some, I can make a lot with it, right? But I probably will only use 2 of these cakes. But I'm also using for the cuff, because I wanted the cuff, and there is going to be you know, to like a border around the front side and the bottom. I'm doing in my Stylecraft DK in the colorway Grape. Now it's not the exact color of here, but it goes really well, and I love the way it's turning out, and it's so easy. It's the granny stitch, and it's just gonna be lovely. I'm so enjoying it. Look at those beautiful colors. And so the thing is that what you do with the other side, once I get done with this side, and then the front and the back going that way from here, then you start from the other, you start from the other sleeve, but you have to start it with the same color. So I'm going to have this, but then I need to start it with this darker purple, and then go to the fuchsia color, and so on and so forth. So it'll be even, if you know what I mean. And then the squares in the back, she was using a color changing yarn that changed colors more frequently, and so each one of the squares looked completely different in the back. But this one, the color changes are long, And so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to be working the squares, if they're just going to be 3 different colors, like I might have a granny square this color and one this color and then one this color. I'm not sure, but that is the that sweater, and I'm using a furls hook for that. Okay, now I only have 2 more to show you. This one here is just about done, and in fact it might be done. I haven't decided yet. Tina, Mama K Crochet, and I went up to do like a mini, our own little yarn crawl up in southern Indiana, central Indiana, and had a blast. But we decided to do a 3-shop shawl uh, shawl and project. And so one of the yarns that I had picked out that was my favorite yarn up there is this. Is this it here? Yes, this is it. And this is called Wonderland yarn. Oh, people, I love this. Okay, this is fast becoming, if it's not already, my favorite hand-dyed yarn. My favorite, bougie yarn, Wonderland yarns. And they had one skein of it, and it was all by itself, and I fell in love with the colors. I mean, who wouldn't? Oh, if you're a purple girl, who wouldn't? And so I picked it up, and I got other colors that I was going to match with this. And when I brought it home, I realized I didn't like those other colors that I had bought to do with this. So mine is just a one-shop shawl, but I had other colors of yarn that I'm using, and this is what it looks like so far. Let me think what pattern I'm using. Oh well, fiddlesticks. This is one I did not write down. I'm pretty sure this is Bonnie Barker's Liberty Shawl. That's what it is. Bonnie Bay Crochet Liberty Shawl. And these are the colors, how they're coming together. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is the Wonderland yarn. That's the Wonderland yarn here. And then this is a navy blue that I had. By the way, this is all fingering weight. And then this is a yarn that I had gotten from Deep Dyed Yarns. It's called Twilight. Anyway, it's from a company in Lexington. A gal, Stephanie, makes this yarn. She dyes it. And this is called Good Juju yarn, and it's in the colorway Twilight, if I'm not mistaken. And I think I ran out of this, and I wanted my shawl to be bigger. So I was able, I don't know where, but I found some online, and I called the company, or I emailed the company, and they sent me another one so I could finish it. But I'm thinking it's gorgeous, and I love the pattern. It has a little bit of a cable look to it, and because it's wool, it is so stinking warm. It feels so light because it's the fingering weight, and I am just in love with it. So yeah, I finished. I've got 4 rows of this, and that's all I was supposed to do, the 4 rows. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to just leave it like this, or if I want to put a special kind of border on it. I haven't decided yet, but that is my Liberty shawl, and I'm in love with it. And then the last thing I have in here that I wanted to show you is a scrap. It's a scrap. Well, I wouldn't say it's a scrap, but it's a blanket, okay, and it's a big one, okay. Um, I had been given a box of yarn. It's just all wool yarn, and um, I don't really want to work with wool yarn to make a something or other, but I thought I don't want to waste it, so I am doing 3 strands together, and I am just basically doing a double crochet and then a box, like double crochet, skip one, chain one, skip one, double crochet. So do 1 row of the boxes, 2 rows of the double crochet. And I'm basically just making it kind of scrappy looking, holding 3 strands together. Right now, and most of it's fingering weight. But right now I'm just using, actually this is a 4-weight, an old yarn called from Sayel, a 4-weight, and then this is that DK weight. Oh yeah, well no, it's not quite the same color, but this is another yarn I had. I don't know what they are. Oh, actually, yeah, it's Valley Yarns, um, alpaca wool nylon. Okay, and so basically, I'm just using all my scrappy type browns, greens, tans. I'm just putting it all together and making, a blanket. So yeah, that's what I'm using there. Okay, so that's all that. That's my WIP cart. But I want to take just a couple minutes to explain what I want to do in the future. I I am realizing that I know a lot of you have probably watched Shannon Talks Yarn and Mary from Slow Crochet, and there's other channels that talk about like Jeannie from On the Hook Crochet. She's got a channel. Her channel is about wearable style, and I'm really been getting into this about, I'm trying to find myself, and I'm trying to find my style, my comfort zone, um my happy place, basically, right? I'm trying to find my happy place in the realm of crochet. And so what I thought I would do was, I have, other than my winter sweaters, which I do have, but I don't have them out right now. Other than my winter sweaters, I have everything on my shelves. And what I thought I would do was, is I would pull out um, like an item, whether it's a shawl or a poncho or a scarf, a cowl and hat, whatever it is, and I would style it. Okay, meaning I would go into my closet and I would find a top, okay, because fancy, you just see her top, okay. So unless I pull the camera back, maybe I could do the bottom as well, I don't know, but I want to show you different styles, um because I think a lot of times what happens is that we make something, and like Shannon says, we don't really like it, or we don't know what to do with it, and so it kind of sits. Well, we want to make things we love and enjoy making those things, right? But What happens when we finish? What 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 do we want to accomplish with this finished project? Is it a blanket where it's going to keep you or a loved one warm? Is it a hat that you're going to gift? Is it now? I'm obviously a hat you can only wear one way, correct? Unless you have a flip, where you can flip the brim up or something. But I want to show you different things you might consider when you're making items for yourself or even loved ones when they wear something. Um, I just think that um, it's important as creators to understand why we create. Do we create just for the sake of creating, or do we create because it's something that we created with love and we're gifting it to somebody, or we're wanting to create something that will bring joy and beauty to our beings or our home or whatever it might be. So I'm excited about that. Um, if you have any suggestions, please put those in the comment section. I would love to hear those. Also, um, I was thinking about doing something similar to what Krista from the Secret Yarnery did, where she would go back and she'd get a shelf full of her things that she's made in the past, and she brings them out and she shows everybody what they are. I could do something similar to that. Um, but yeah, I have quite a bit that I've made throughout the years. I even have a box of some that I've outgrown and I can't wear, and I'm thinking I'm I'm trying to decide if I want to go through and alter them or rip them out, and so I can still use the yarn that I used for it, or if it's something I need to gift to somebody. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope that it's filled with love and laughter and joy. And I hope and pray that you have um, just that passion for yarn and for crochet or knitting or any kind of other fiber arts, and that you keep that close to you and remember that remember the reason why you started. Okay, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.